Hey guys, this is Brendan with Gone Mobile Vans. We're here at our shop in Costa Mesa, California. Behind me is a carbonized gray, high roof, all-wheel drive Transit. We turned it into a killer adventure van. Some sweet interior color options in this one. I can't wait to show it to you. All right guys, so this is a 2025 high roof, all-wheel drive Transit. It's got the EcoBoost engine, 300 plus horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque. Really impressive to drive, gets up and goes when you need it. Right in the front of the van, we've got the black HID headlights. These came with this order on this van. We love how these look. The daytime running light feature is awesome. And the only other upgrade we did on the front end of this van is the Van Compass skid plate. So this is custom from Van Compass for the all-wheel drive Transit. Adds extra protection for your intercooler on these twin turbo engines. Looks good and provides that extra protection if you want to get out on the trails. So for the lift on this van, we went with a Quigley Q lift. We had this installed by Agile Off-Road down in Santee area in San Diego. They do a great job. They're one of the approved installers for the Q lift. This gives you 2 inches up front and 2 inches in the rear. The Q lift allows you to add the Bilstein B6 strut up front, which is a really nice addition to the Transit. We've got the stock black alloy wheels from Ford. We think they look just great. Actually, they're a really nice looking wheel. And we wrap those in some BFG KO2s in the 245, 75, 16 size. So just a decent size tire on a good looking wheel from Ford. Really happy with this setup. So on the top of this van, we installed the Flatline Van Company Safari Rack. This Safari Rack has got the drop front, which allows for a great mounting point for a light bar. We did pre-wire for that, so if you wanted to add a light bar in the future, it's all ready to go. We've got a Fiamma F45S awning mounted up to the side of the Safari Rack. This is the perfect awning in our opinion. Great manual setup, easy to deploy and put back away. We've got 2 100-watt solar panels up there, Max fan, an X2 AC unit from Pneumatic Cooling, and we have a Starlink Mini mounted up there and ready to go. So directly underneath the awning and above the sliding door is a Rigid Industry scene light. This is our favorite scene light for adding illumination on the passenger side of the van. It's perfect for if you arrive at campsite late at night and you need to set up and get some dinner in before you hit the sack. We love that light, works really, really well. Below that, we've got an AM Auto half slider window. So this van had no windows installed in it, so we installed all the windows all the way around this thing. Half slider, it's got an integrated bug screen, adds for plenty of ventilation or cross ventilation if you open up the one on the driver's side. So moving back a little ways, we've got the Flare Space flares. We got these color matched to the carbonized gray. This allows you to sleep sideways inside this van, which really opens up the floor plan quite a bit. Allows you to have a queen size bed inside. Bunk windows with bug screens in there so you can have cross ventilation at your bed as well. Really a neat setup. On the back of the roof rack, we've got 2 KC scene lights. These are 20-watt lights. We also have 2 more on the driver's side of the rack. This allows for plenty of illumination all the way around the van at night. Moving on down, we got a Flatline Van Company tire and ladder combo. This client wanted just the rear door ladder, nothing on the side of the van, which makes total sense for some folks. Easy to get up there onto the roof of the van if you want to be able to clean off your solar panels, hang out and use it as an observation deck. And then on the passenger side of the van, we've got the Flatline gear platform, which allows for mounting of the storage box. This is one of my favorite boxes, actually. Love this guy. Opens up, plenty of storage inside. Work surface, great for cooking here, doing dishes afterwards, cleaning up. But we also have these posts mounted up on top of the platform here. This client is going to be able to mount 2 one-up bike racks in the horizontal orientation. So it'll be able to have bikes up here on the top. Perfectly spaced to allow you to still get full access to the box and not interfere with the bike rack up there. This is a really neat setup on the back of the van. You could have your tools in here for your bikes. Easy access to your bikes right there. On the driver's side of the van, we've got the Flare Space flare, once again color matched with integrated bug screens in the bunk windows. A little bit farther forward, an AM Auto half slider. Once again, the choice of windows for ventilation inside these vans, it just looks like it belongs there. It's a perfect fit for that OEM window cutout. And we've got the luminous side step right there at the driver's side that matches up perfectly with the one on the sliding door side to be able to get in and out the cargo area and at the front passenger door. All right, guys, that's it for the outside. Let's take a look at the inside. All right guys, so right up front in this van, really nice cockpit. These are the 10-way power seats. We added swivels to them. Really nice steering wheel, access to the 12-inch touchscreen the HD screen from Ford. This is the Sync 4. Something new that we've added in this van is the Navidock from Terra X. Really a neat item here to be able to bolt in, goes in really easy. Gives you secure mounting points for, in this case, a magnetic charger for your iPhone, so it just mounts right on there. slot here for RAM mount configurable devices. In this case, we've got a mount here for our GoPro camera. This just locks right in. You can take this guy and move this however you want, whatever angle you want. I've got it facing forward so you can record your trip. GPS devices, radios, iPad, whatever you want. Another mount over here for your passenger's phone mount. Really versatile device. This is available on our website, and these guys are really cool. They make a bunch of really neat stuff for both the Transit and the Sprinter. All right guys, so here we are at the Galley. This is our 36-inch doorway Galley. We've got our drop-down external table here. This is perfect for making your coffee in the morning, cooking outside. You've got an induction cooktop outlet here if you want to charge a device or plug in your blender or coffee maker. Perfect little spot for doing that stuff outside. Front of the Galley, we've got our DR85 fridge. This is a drawer style fridge. Pull it right out. Plenty of capacity inside here. I can go on a 3 or 4 day trip with my wife, have plenty of food in here. Another little tray that pulls out, and a full freezer section. So you can actually keep ice, make ice in here, keep your ice cream frozen. It's awesome. Right above that is our drawer. I've got all the manuals in here for our clients. They're gonna pick this van up next week. But this is perfect for silverware, junk drawer, cutting boards, whatever you need. And we've got our 2 switches on the front here. This is the gray tank dump, so you can press this button and it'll open up an electric valve on the gray tank, which is mounted underneath the sliding door. You could drain your tank in an appropriate location. And then this is the water pump switch that handles the sink, the indoor shower, and the rear shower as well. So for some power options on the Galley, we've got 12 volt and USB ports here. So you can plug in your phone or plug in another 12 volt device or another charger in that area right there. We also have a 110 outlet. This outlet also has USB-C on here. So if you turn the inverter on, you've got a high power port so you can charge your laptop from these USB-C outlets, as well as 110 for an induction cooktop or a charger for your something other device. And to finish off the Galley, I'd like to highlight our new sink option. So this is a new sink, nice big cutting board. This is a larger sink than we've been using in the past. It gives you more space this direction, same space width-wise, but a little bit more space depth-wise. The faucet fits inside here, so it all folds down flat underneath the cutting board, but you've got your hot and cold mixing valve here, and the sink is able to adjust and kind of, get water wherever you want in this area. But it folds down out of the way, gives you more sort of work surface here if you don't need the faucet. Makes it really kind of nice. Once again, bigger, hopefully easier to do dishes if you guys want, but a really nice addition to our Galley setup. All right, last thing I'd like to highlight on the Galley is this drawer, or this door here. This is where we've got access to the plumbing, so shut-off valves for the sink, the drain, all that is in here. Personally, I put a trash can in here, so this is my normal trash can area for the van. Easy to get access to. I can also store some other items in there if you like, but a bunch of space underneath the sink and easy access to plumbing if you ever need to perform service. All right guys, for overhead storage in this van, we've got our custom MOLLE panel for this location in the van. Great for first aid kit, fire extinguisher, hooks to hang hats or bags. Really a neat little utility panel. We've got overhead cabinets on the driver's side. This is a 28-inch cabinet, bamboo doors. We've got a locking mechanism to keep the door open when you want and closed when you want. I've got their Starlink hardware in here and some additional supplies for the toilet in here as well. Doors don't rattle. Plenty of storage space in the upper area in this van. I typically keep kitchen stuff in the front one, clothing or bedding stuff in the back of this one, but plenty of space. And then also we've got one more over the Galley here. Additional storage. I typically keep my camp stove in here. We also have an outlet in here, so if they want to charge something, or if they would like to swap out this cabinet for a microwave cabinet sometime in the future, it's pre-wired and ready to go. All right, right above the sliding door is our touchscreen console for our EcoFlow power kit. So this is our control console. We've got all of our switches here for our 12 volt circuit, ceiling lights, porch light, scene lights, Starlink, water heater, all on this console right here. We can come back to the main screen. We've got power, overall power percentage. We've got shown what we're input. We've got 57 watts of solar on this cloudy day. Output, and our water tank sensor that shows how much water we have in our fresh water tank. 93, 94%, almost full. Really a clean setup. This is a great companion iPhone and Android app, so you can see and view all this information and control all the same outlets from your phone as well. So not only you get this great touchscreen console, but you can also have the same information in your pocket. All right, and moving over from there a little bit is our controller for our S-bar heater. This heater is mounted underneath the passenger seat and is tied into the fuel tank to get the fuel source to heat this van. This is a 2 kilowatt heater. You can set the temperature that you'd like it to be at, and also set the run time anywhere from as low as 10 minutes and all the way up to just on, and stay on as long as you like. So you can run this thing all night and you'll barely touch your power capacity and or the gas tank. All right, guys, so I'd like to invite you into our lounge area in this van. So really, these vans aren't very big. This is a ton of space for a van this size. We've got seating for at least 4 here, 2 in the swivel seats, at least 2 here. I've had all 6 of my family members in our van, very similar to this, during a rainstorm in Colorado. It's surprisingly flexible space and pretty wide open, which is really awesome for such a small space, really. We love our Lagoon table. This is the perfect spot to work remote if you want, or use this as a prep station for additional storage when you're cooking. This table can adjust and rotate to just about anywhere you need. Actually, you can reach even from the 2 front seats. You can even have access there, so you can easily put your drink or share a game of cards, dominoes. But once again, our favorite setup. And I really just want to highlight how much space there is in here, because there are some other vans that the configuration is so tight. It's really hard to do anything in here other than fit you and your partner in here and maybe scoot by each other as you're moving around. This van feels open. It is a flexible space, and it has all the things that some of those other vans have. It has the toilet that's built in, it's got the shower that's built in, but it doesn't have that full-time space that's taken up all that space in the van. It really limits what else you can do in here. So highlighting our bench seat area in this van, we've got a 42-inch storage box and our toilet box that turns into a 60-inch bench seat. These are custom cushions. We let our clients choose whatever fabric they want from one of our vendors. There's hundreds to choose from. These are 3-inch thick cushions, really nice. This lighter color really pops with the darker color walls and fabric and cabinet color. Really a neat little color combination. And we've got our storage box underneath here. Tons of storage. We've got some of our window shades stored in here right now for the client for when they come pick up their van. But a bunch of storage. I keep a ton of camp chairs, things like that in my van. And a little bit farther over is our wrap-on toilet integration. So move the cushion out of the way. We've got the lid here. This opens up, magnets there. It stays open. This is the wrap-on checker toilet. We built this toilet into this toilet box from Lost Highway. They make the toilet box. We do the integration and combine this whole thing into really what is probably the best toilet combination out there. Really easy to use. Got a flush button, some desiccant powder. This takes about 90 seconds to heat, seal, and wrap the waste closed. So really you just have a small bag to dispose of after each use. You don't have to go through the entire roll before you can dispose of it. You don't have to go find a place to go dump a cassette toilet in the McDonald's somewhere on the road. This is really the cleanest setup, super hygienic, easy to use. Moving back in the van is towards our bed system. This allows us to have a queen size bed, right? So this, with the flares, it's 80 inches this direction, it's 60 inches this direction. So the combination of these flares and the bed orientation this way really leads to that bigger space up front, which is super important for flexible hangout space. Love this kind of bed setup. Mattress flips out of the way, tri-folds up, slides up there. You can stack it on either side if you like. Bed panels fold right up, super simple bungee up to L-track here. Really just takes a couple seconds to have full access to the back of the van. So great for bringing bikes with you or other gear. I can still fit full sheets of plywood in here when I need to, but this really allows you to have then access to your shower. So this is the Tetravan shower. This is a fold down shower pan, stainless steel, really nice constructed, folds down. This is the shower pan. It's tilted this direction, so all the water will drain in through these little slots in here. So when you're taking a shower, it is tilted this way. It all drains through there, down into another tray, and then into the gray tank under the van. We've got a shower curtain that hangs from hooks in the ceiling, makes for a watertight compartment all around in here. Can easily take a shower. I've done this multiple times. My wife and I can each take a shower at night if we want to in the van. Super simple setup. Shower curtain dries really quick and easy. Folds up and out of the way. And now you've got your full van available again. So once again, you're not having a full big old shower and toilet area taking up all that space when you don't use it as often as you really think you would. Super nice to have, but it also goes away. You don't even know it's here. Half the time when we're showing folks, we say there's an indoor shower. They're like, where? I don't understand. Here it is. Super simple setup, but really it's once again, it's a flexible space. Everything in here has to do more than one job. And so shower and then disappears. That's his other job, is to disappear. So part of our bed system is a bunch of storage space. So the top half of these tall fender boxes is all just storage. You could put all sorts of gear in here. You could put bedding in here. You could put things that you may not get to very often, recovery gear, but that's a lot of cubic space for storage. All right, and below that is our power system. This is our 10 kilowatt EcoFlow power kit. So we have two 5 kilowatt batteries in here. It's about 800 amp hours combined, a ton of capacity to be able to run this van for several days. We've got our distribution panel and our power hub that handles all the charging inputs and outputs. It's got a 3600 watt inverter. It's got solar charging, shore power charging, and alternator charging. Really hard to run out of power in this kind of van with this setup. So on the passenger side of this tall fender box, once again, we got storage underneath the mattress. You can get to that if you like, but we've also got our water system on this side of the van. So we have our 24-gallon wheel well water tank by Northwest Conversions. We've got a Seaflow water pump. This is a 12-volt pump, super efficient on power and really long warranty on this thing. Easy access if you ever need to perform maintenance, drain the tank for winterizing. Really a simple setup. Anybody could get in here and work on that if they need to. All right, continuing on with our water system, this is the access panel for your water plate. This is where you'll fill your water. We give the clients a 50-foot hose to be able to fill up water. Super easy to do so. We've got our shower valve here, 6-foot hose out the back, mixer valve, hot and cold water here as well. Real easy to have a shower outside if you like, or wash down the bikes or dogs or kids or pets. We always recommend turning the water off and releasing the pressure in the hose before you put this back away. And this is also our control panel for our hot water heater, so you can easily see the temperature, adjust temperature on the water heater if you like from this location. Super simple setup there as well. So in wrapping up the rear of the van, these are the storage panels from Van Essential. These, we take off the plastic panel that comes with the Transit and we add these instead. So great little spot for additional gear. I keep my water hose in here. I'll keep my air compressor hose in here. You can put shoes, hooks for carabiners on that line. The other side, got some additional storage on this side, a nice storage compartment there, and a pretty cool little drop down table. This is perfect for maybe your toiletries if you are going to take a shower outside. But these storage panels are pretty awesome. We offer these on our website as well. You can also have, if you don't have rear windows, they have storage panels for here as well, so you could have some storage there, as well as in the upper little area. Also great for your phone if you wanted that. We like our little touch up there to kind of make it our own. But yeah, that's it for the rear end of the van. All right, guys, that's it for the tour of this 2025 high roof carbonized gray Transit. We turned it into an awesome adventure van. We're really happy with how it looks. Can't wait to show it to the clients later on this week. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you'd like a van like this, please reach out. We got vans available. I can put you in touch and get you one here and on the books pretty quick. Hope to see you on the next video.